Okay, so yesterday, this is our equation, right? X squared plus y squared equals r squared. We said any time it's at 0, 0, we have x squared plus y squared equals r squared. That will not change. However, today we're going to talk about centered at h comma k. Centered at any point besides 0, 0. Well, all we're going to do is we're going to take our h and our k values, we're going to subtract them from x and y. Well, have we seen h and k before?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, we just kind of like last unit, right? H was our x value at our vertex, k was the y value at our vertex. Right? Same thing here. H is the x value at our center, and k is the y value at our center. So when I go to subtract it off of x and y, it's x minus h, because that's my x value, and y minus k, because that's my y value. Right? So all we're doing is we're subtracting h and k off of x and y. Well, do you think 0, 0 would work in that second formula? Well, let's think about it. If I have x minus 0, what does that become? What is x minus 0? X. Well, that's x squared. What is y minus 0? Y. So that's y squared equals r squared. So this formula works for any of our points of a center. It could be 0, 0, it could be hk, it could be anything you want. If it's 0, 0, it just becomes what we were using before. Alright? So, we're going to talk about centers all over the place, hk today. Like I said, just subtracting away from x and y to write our equation. Should we try some? Not yet? Alright, let's talk about where it comes from then.
Mr. G,
What's up?
Sam wants to know what K becomes. Didn't hear you.
K?
Yeah.
Well, k is our y value, so we take y minus k. Okay? So, where does it come from? It actually comes from the distance formula. If you look over there, our distance formula is, I'll write it bigger because you probably can't see it. R equals the square root. x2 minus x1 squared, y2 minus y1 squared, right? We learned that on Monday. Do you remember that distance formula? Well, if I plug in x and y as x2, y2, and h and k as x1, y1, it becomes the radius equals the square root of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. Well, and then if I just square both sides, it becomes my equation of a circle. Right? So our equation of a circle comes right from the distance formula. Now, am I going to expect you to be able to do that on the test? Do I need you to do that on the test?
No.
No, but it's nice to see where things come from every once in a while, right? So, finding our distance, it actually gives us our equation of our circle. So, yesterday we talked about 0, 0. If we had a radius of 5, it would be x squared plus y squared equals 25. Today we're going to shift that circle to say, hey, maybe our center's at 4, 4. Well, instead of x squared, y squared, we then get x minus 4 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 25. All we're doing is we're subtracting off our x and our y value for our center from x and y. So let's try a couple. Our equation, like I said, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So we're given, we want the standard equation, right? We'll talk about general tomorrow. No, Monday. But standard equation of a circle, right up here I just wrote. Centered at negative 2, 3 with a radius of 4. Well, negative 2, 3 is my hk, so it's my center. Right? Thank you. Well, I'm going to follow my equation here. X minus h squared. Well, my h is negative 2, so minus negative 2 is like plus 2, right? Squared. If you write minus negative 2, do you think you get it marked wrong?
No.
No, that's perfectly okay. I just like to change it to a plus. Plus y minus k squared. Well, k is 3, so y minus 3 squared equals my radius squared. What's my radius?
4.
4. What's 4 squared?
2. Oh, 16.
16. Square root of 4 is 2. Squared to be 16. So we get x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 16. Done. That's my equation in standard form. Well, let's talk about standard form equation if it's centered at 0, -6, radius of 10. So I get x minus h, remember my center is h comma k, so x minus 0 squared plus y minus k squared, or y minus negative 6, like plus 6 squared, equals my radius squared. What's my radius?
100.
10.
Well,
And then 10 squared would be 100, so it equals 100. Hey, is this an acceptable answer?
yes.
Yeah, is there another way I could write part of it?
Mhm.
X squared plus
Right?
X.
Yeah, what's x minus 0?
X.
X, so can I just write x squared here? Yeah, that's perfectly okay with me. If you want to do that, it's perfectly okay. If you want to leave it x minus 0, perfectly okay. I really don't care either way. It means the same thing. What's that? No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Alright, let's try going the other way now. They're going to give us the equation, and we got to get the center and the radius out of it, because you know when we go to graph, we're going to do this anyway. So we get x minus 2 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 9. Now remember, it was x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals the radius squared. When I'm taking hk out of there, just like we did with our vertex last unit, we're taking the opposite of what's in here for our center. So if it says x minus 2, I'm taking a positive 2. If this says y plus 4, I'm taking a negative 4. And you can always double check that by plugging it back into the equation, making sure you get what you get started with. Well, how do I find my radius then? If I know that 9 equals the radius squared, how can I find just the radius? Square root it, right? Just like we did yesterday when it was 0, 0. We get a radius of 3. Now, those of you yesterday probably talked about this, but those of you who weren't here yesterday, last unit when we took the square root of 9, we got 3 and negative 3, right? We have two answers. Why are we just taking positive 3 in this case? Because we can't have a negative distance, right? I can't have negative 3 for radius. It's impossible. Right? No matter what direction I go, my radius is still a positive 3 because it's a direction. Right? It's a distance. Okay, try the last one on your own. The fourth one on your own. It's not the last one for today, but try the next one on your own, please. See how you do. I'll put my answer up there in a second, but I want to see how you guys do. Well, I prefer like simplified radical here.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, guys, for your radius, I prefer simplified radical. Because we're not actually graphing it. When we go to graph it, decimals will be okay. What's up? I don't know. I didn't really have a. I would have been like probably like a sports journalist or a broadcast or something. I do want to be an astronaut still, though. NASA has a program that if you teach for 5 years in one of the STEM categories, like science, technology, engineering, and math, you can apply to be an astronaut.
You want to be an astronaut?
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe I'll do that after 5 years.
That is right.
After 5 years. You're going to leave here?
Maybe.
Well, I
highly doubt they're going to select
You could
me,
teach
but
us from the moon. You could like record your videos on the moon.
I saw it on
This is
1.9.
Mr. E back from the moon. Here I learned about simplifying.
Well, you guys can just all watch. You can watch my videos. You don't even need me here.
Oh, perfect.
Right?
Record like your whole year.
Well, in 5 years, we'll be going anyway. So
Square root of 24. Hey,
5 years.
hey, we can talk about this more in a little bit. All right, let's keep going. Square root of 24.
Year before.
Is that a perfect square? Iman, is 24 a perfect square?
No.
No. Is there a perfect square that goes into it though?
Yes.
Yes. 4 goes in there. So square root of 4, square root of 6 becomes 2 root 6. Like I said, with distance, guys, unless we're like comparing distances, or in this case, unless we're graphing our radius, I would like it as an exact number. I'd like that simplified radical form, okay? So once we get to graphing here in a second, you can just take that, put it in your calculator, and get a decimal. I'm perfectly okay with that. But while we're doing just radius, I'd like that exact answer. Cool? By the way? We're good? Okay. Any questions, guys?
No.
Alright, then let's run through it. We have 4 problems left, 2 graphing and 2 writing equations again. So hey, to write an equation, I already have my circle up there. To write an equation and a graph, I need 2 things. What are the 2 things we've been talking about the whole time?
H and K.
Center and radius. So I need those 2 things to be able to graph, so that's the first thing I'm going to find. My center and my radius. What's my center for this equation here? Taking the opposite of what's inside. So if I have x minus 3, positive 3. If I have y plus 1, negative 1. So 3, negative 1. Square root of 16 is 4, right? So I take the square root of this to get my radius. Now, first thing you're going to do when you're drawing your circles, you don't have to do this, but I always put the center on there. Now, some teachers do not like if you put the center on there because they say, well, it's not actually a point on the circle, so it shouldn't be on there. I don't care. Right? I think it's a good idea to put it so when you go and do your radius, you don't lose your spot. If you put your center, I will not mark it wrong. If you don't put a center, I will not mark it wrong. It's up to you. Okay? Now, later on, they might tell you you can't put a center. That's their prerogative, but right now, if you want to put it, I don't care. Cool? Okay, so I'm going to go from my center. My radius, I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, putting a point. Left 1, 2, 3, 4, putting a point. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, putting a point. Right 1, 2, 3, 4, putting a point. And then I'm sketching in my circle. So I should have 4 points on my circle. 4 points at minimum. How many points, Tommy?
4.
Thank you.
4 points minimum.
Okay. So go ahead and try the second one if you have not already, please. Find your center, find your radius, and draw it in. I would love to.
Like
Right
right.
here. Like I can't go in there.
No, that's not.
John, that's
Okay.
How do you?
And you just count to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you count to your center. You go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you go left, and then you go down.
Alright.
What?
Do you count by
We have 2 more problems after this. Can we wait till after that?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I gotta go before you go. I ain't going to the bathroom. Well, I might use the bathroom. I need to go.
Okay. It should take us literally maybe 3 minutes, Ivan.
Alright.
I was gonna go to the
Well, I go from and then that's like, that's 45. That means it's at 65.
Check on it, good.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm saying,
I'll
I
give
was
that
thinking
a
that way wasn't actually.
Come on in.
Some of that.
What do you think it is?
I saw the faces.
Other ones.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They just got to the door.
That's probably why she kept looking at her phone. This one's not in here.
This way.
She was texting something, but like,
I don't know that.
I'm not keeping track. Nobody is that smart.
They just got
Hey guys. Check your answer, please. Thank you. Center at 6, 8, radius of 1, so left, right, up, down, 1 from our center. Any questions on that? What? Okay. 2 problems left. Writing equations if we're given a circle. 2 things I need to write an equation. What are the 2 things I need to write an equation? Center and radius. What's the first 2 things I'm looking for? Center is at 2, negative 5. My radius, I'm just counting 1, 2, 3. And then I just plug it into that equation. X minus h squared. So x minus 2 squared plus y minus k squared. Or y minus negative 5 is plus 5 equals my radius squared. So equals 9. So find your center, plug it in for h and k, then take your radius and square it. That's what it should equal. Alright? Any questions on that? Any questions? Cool. Then, what I need from you, do the last problem on your own when you are finished with it. Bring it up to me, I'll check it, you get your homework.
What?
Oh, let's do a point.
What's going on here?
Why?
He already put his stuff away.
Oh, that's the one there. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Plus,
I know, it's not there.
minus, right? That's minus h minus k. Y minus 2
Hey.
squared, right? This side wants to be a y. Y minus 2 squared.
Videos.
Is that? Normally hit stop on it. Subscribe, flip up, like and comment.
What he said.
Thank you, Grace.
Oh, where is it?
The button on the back, is the silver one with the red on it?
Yes, sir.